This is the American Forces Vietnam Network.
Hardcore military.
Good morning!
Vietnam was going to be very different from the United States of America. Except for all the beer cans and the barbecue, it was.
Attack! Attack! Get the fuck out of the hole! Move!
Welcome back to the BAE podcast, episode number 76, part 2 of the Good ViBAEtions episode, where we are talking about everything that happened at Operation Greene Lightning. So we're going to continue on with some funny stories from the op and the highs and lows from everybody, and also what we're talking about and planning for in 2026. All right, guys, thanks for listening. We're going to go through highs and lows. How do you guys want to do it? You want to do your highs and lows together, or everyone do a high and then everyone do a low?
I think that Strassi and I need to do our highs together, and that we defer to the group for all other regards, because I think we're on the same page.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So then you guys will do. Everyone go through their highs first, and then, or you want to do lows first? We'll start negative, and then we'll finish positive. How's that?
Let's do that.
All right. Who wants to go? Who wants to do their lows first? Who wants to do their low?
I already went, so my piece is done. I
Okay.
bow out. Have fun.
I can go.
Go ahead, Steve.
My low was kind of a personal farbism, and a farbism that happened with a couple other people who I will totally call out. But I didn't really think about what backups I had brought. My M16 stopped feeding well when I was testing it prior to step off, so I grabbed my XM1772, which made it to maybe a handful of infantry guys out there. And rather than at the end of the event putting it away and grabbing my M16 for pictures, I was lazy about it and kept my Car 15 on me. And it just ruined all the pictures that I took afterwards, which it didn't really ruin them. They're still great pics, but I cannot look at them and be like, oh yeah, I can't wait to post this one, because I would get absolutely railed on every social media platform. So just a future improve of mine, a low, was how, like, carrying the XM1772, I just got to knock that off. And I think everyone should as well, NCO or not.
Yeah, I'm thinking we just never. It's just M16 or bust.
Yeah, I'll
Somebody
buy a spare
find me
M16.
Classic Army lower, please. God damn. I need a new 16.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Yes. All right, that's a good low. I'll go with mine. Mine was really just my trailer going through the back of my car. That's it.
I would do
That
it.
hurt.
Oh, the fucking dent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw that in slow motion, and I'm looking at it like, I can't tell from this angle if that made a mark on the car, but I'm pretty sure it did, and I am by far no longer the most miserable fucker in this field.
Yeah.
Van Ness's reaction was funny. He walked right over. He's like, yeah, you don't want to see that.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, don't look at it. And but like honestly, I'm still pissed off about it, but I was like, I just want to get the fuck out of here. Let's just keep going. I'll worry about it later. Nothing I can do about it now, you know? So, but that was my low. All right, I'm gonna go down the list now. So Stramp, what do you got? What's your low?
Probably when we had set up in the defensive position, and the 60 stopped feeding right at the point where we had the big firefight on Sunday, and
When we needed it most.
When we needed it most, and then also just hearing like that it ruined the event for Buck. I think he was hot in the moment, but hearing that just was devastating, because I put so much time and effort and work into that. It was just a bummer to hear that. It worked for the majority of the event. I think next year it'll be bulletproof, but yeah, that was disappointing to say the least.
Okay. All right. So Strasburger, what do you got? What's your low?
So I'd say my low was hearing everyone so upset at the end of the event and so tired, and because for the most of the week, I was doing good. It seems like everyone else was, and then comes you busted the back of your car. Ferrucci's got to go make another 2 or 3 hour round trip to drop off the trailer and everything, and then hearing you and Van Ness like, oh man, I'm so tired. I don't know about this, man. And yeah, that. But it sounds like you guys are rallying, so
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
heart's somewhat healed.
Yeah. I was butthurt. I was butthurt for sure on Sunday. I still can't. I
Right?
still kind of am.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
That, yeah, like, oh, I got poison ivy is different than I put, I don't know what, like, insurance might say it's like $400 worth of dent work to your car because of a simple mistake of like not latching the fucking trailer hitch. Like, yeah, that's a huge fucking bummer.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm not taking away from that. Like
Easily
that
avoidable
absolutely sucks.
shit is always the stuff that hurts the most.
Yep.
Oh, oh yeah.
What do you got, O'Donnell?
I would say for me, it was like the amount of just like fucking random reels and fucking things going off, just like fucking like modern noises of just like beep, boop, boop, beep, beep, beep. And I was just like, yo, fucking
Oh,
stop.
you're talking about cell phone usage.
Yeah.
Oh boy, do we have news for you. Paulak, would you like to convey to the listening audience how much the Pavin noticed our fucking cell phone usage?
That was the one thing. So I was on comms with the Pavin for check-ins and just event safety and everything. And the one thing that they said is it was real easy to see you guys when everyone was taking selfies and then doom scrolling at the PB. Like it's phone's a band, man. They should have been this year. They will be moving forward.
Yeah.
If I see a phone, I'm taking it. I'll pull my classroom Mr. Pollack move.
There were countless individuals that were just doom scrolling like, guys, this is not why we're here. It's the same mentality of like, oh yeah, there's a cool ice cream shop just down the road. That's not why we're here. We're here to do fucking nom shit. And what are we what are we getting instead? We're getting fucking Zoomer shit. So put the phone away. Don't doom scroll. If you're gonna take a photo, like, okay, great. We want you to take good photos because that helps promote the event. That's awesome. And we want you to have a good time. That's great. But don't fucking just doom scroll and then hide under your translucent whoopee and glow your entire fucking hammock into one giant 9-foot glowworm state of existence. Don't fucking do that in the LPOP. Jesus fucking Christ. And then have to make me yell at you for doing that? No, that's not what I signed up for. And hopefully it's not what other people signed up for either.
Yeah, I would rather have guys like playing grab ass at the patrol base over.
Oh, funny you should mention that. We'll get back to that.
But no, but like honestly, like think about it, like the cadre, we play grab ass all the time. Like I like to think we do it quietly. Maybe we don't, but like we're not on our phones. Like I'd rather see like three guys instead of like looking at fucking titties on Instagram, be like grab assing and making noise than that, you know? So yeah,
inside jokes are like the paramount of success for at the time, whether it's one night in the bush or the whole week. Like we had so many jokes about muskrat and nerds rope and so much other like other things that just the core guys knew what we were talking about and everybody else is like fuck all.
yeah.
So yeah, I would rather have like Liam said, I'd rather have people not on their phones and goofing off than people on their phones and just lighting up the fucking sky for an ambush, which happened what, Steven, like twice, 3 times, 4 times? At least twice.
Sorry, I didn't mean to kick off.
No, it's a good point.
But yeah, that was.
I mean, a couple years ago, Mike, when you were going back to the last time before last year, so like maybe I think it was Coaching Green. We had instituted a like one photographer per squad kind of mentality, and that fucking worked. So that you
Yeah.
have one person
Yeah, but
taking all the
Joe,
cool photos.
this year was a reset. All those guys didn't know that. Think about it. Everybody was new. Everybody was fucking new, dude.
And everybody on staff, like, okay, it's old hat to us, but nobody thought to mention it because we had too many other things to do. So it's like a no harm, no foul. However, moving forward, don't take every opportunity to take 1,000 selfies and then also upload them. That shit can wait till Monday.
Yeah.
Or you upload one. You put one on your story. You put two on your stories. You fucking, you text a couple of bitches that you're fucking, and like, then you're done with it. It's not a 30-minute fucking Instagram.
Nobody's
cell
texting anybody that they're fucking here.
Randy, what's yours?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Speaking of fucking, Randy, what's yours?
My low was definitely kind of before the event, is the lack of preparation that I took for myself. Like, I was not hydrating nearly as much as I should have the week prior, and it fucking hit me like a train. As soon as I got to the event, I started sweating my ass off. And I would be drinking water, and my body would just start rejecting it. Like, I would start dry heaving, trying to throw up. And
I got to give you credit, Randy, because you made a really good recovery. Most
Fucking
people would fucking bow out and go home.
Yeah, a lot of
I'm
people
not-
would have left.
I'm not going home. I paid for it. I'm not going home.
So many people do go home because they feel like I'm the
Mhm.
slightest bit icky. Like, this flower is a wilting. Like, no, this is not the end of the fucking road for you. You will survive. You just got to drink more water.
Yeah,
Randy,
drinking
you
more water.
definitely you definitely did the right thing. You stuck with it. You kept drinking water. I remember vividly at one point when Captain asked you, like, we need to get this squad bay up. Can you handle it? And you're like, I think I'll try. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you'll try to set up a tent? How are you going to muster the strength to do the rest of the event? But you bounced back because you stuck with it. So, starting earlier, yeah, it's a good idea. But powering through and not giving up hope at like the first sign of defeat, dude, that's the fucking goal.
No, I have to give you, like Randy, like I said, man, I have to give you credit.
Yeah, no, the first couple days were definitely brutal. But I mean, once we were watching the Woodstock and those titties came out, oh my
Hell yeah.
lord, new person.
That
New
brunette,
Randy.
right, man? That brunette is.
Oh my goodness.
It's a pair of titties worth dying for.
Think she has a Facebook?
For sure.
She's got an
I'm sure her
obituary.
granddaughter does, dude.
They're not. No.
Good lord.
Randy, she's got an obituary. You could probably find it.
Fucking A, Paul.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right,
I'll
let's
donate
let's
unholy
go to
amounts of
highs.
money.
Speaking of titties, let's go to highs. Who you want to go backwards? So we'll all right, Steve, you go. We'll go up the list.
Yeah, sure. My high was it's kind of two, but I think it all folds into one. Seeing the squad leaders absolutely excel at their job
Hell yeah.
was fantastic, but more so seeing the new guys that stuck it out and really integrated themselves in the group. Like, shout out to the Jays, to Ozella, to Ethan Park, to Daniel Hall, like, and any other new guys I'm forgetting because it's really late. Though they were absolutely top dogs and they incorporated themselves so well into the group, and seeing them thrive was a really big high for me. And I hope we can keep that energy with those guys specifically, as well as the other three guys that they bring next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
100%. And also a huge shout out to what's his rank? Staff sergeant? Sure, let's go with that. Sergeant Wilkie fucking knocked it out of the park as squad leader this
Yeah,
year.
He does every year.
Yep,
yeah.
yep, but more so this year
Mhm.
because he had a lot of new people, and anytime that I worked my way to the back of the crowd in formation, as first platoon sergeant, to have to like just casually glance at second platoon, I never had to worry because he was on point with his new guys.
All right, Randy, what's your high?
My high was definitely being able to um take control of my guys that I brought with me, and because this is like the first year that I had like some sort of um like in a somewhat leadership position,
Yeah.
because with Strasburger being our platoon sergeant, he had a lot more responsibility on his shoulders than just leading our squad, and so being able to lead my squad with some of the hand holding from Strasburger, I felt was incredible. Being able to just throw myself into a role like that, and having the what's it called, the guidance from somebody somebody more senior.
I appreciate that you just didn't say the baseball game. So that's a good
Mhm.
one. That's a good one, Randy.
Yeah, you did a really good job, dude.
Yeah.
Like you stepped in, you you did exactly what I was hoping you would do, taking the initiative where like you said, I had more responsibility, I had more stuff to look over, and I never felt like I had to stick around and make sure you made the right decisions. And when you needed help, you weren't afraid to ask for it. And whether it was me, whether it was Pollack, whether it was the captain, you were able to take it and run with it. There's no worries about your ego or anything like that, or like feeling like, oh, I know better, anything like that. You did awesome, dude.
Yeah, man. I think after Bay Condo, you're getting those stripes.
Hell yeah.
All right,
I'll definitely
O'Donnell.
be there for that.
Hell yeah. We'll talk. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Bay Condo in a little bit too. So we'll have to plug the shit out of that. O'Donnell, what do you got, buddy?
Oh man, I think that there's a lot that I could choose from. I had a really great time this year. I'm gonna go with like two kind of separate things. On a personal note, it was just great to be like kind of feel like back in the saddle. I feel like last year was like learning how to ride a bike again, and I told you guys this, and then this year it was just like showing up with a new bike, you know. So that felt really good on a personal note. But I would have to say like an overall thing. The difference between the like the discipline and kind of technique on the first Friday patrol to the silence that was
Yes.
that I heard on the Sunday morning patrol out from the PB was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay,
Fuck yeah.
we're gonna the new guys are getting it, you know, like so that was really nice to see.
Fucking A, because that's always one of my pet peeves. I always say that in training. I always say that along the trail. I always, any opportunity I can, I say it. But there was this organic like sense of, okay, I'm gonna try harder as an individual, and then the next schmuck, he's gonna try harder as an individual, and then the third guy, he steps on a twig, and it's like you could feel the collective like letdown that they
Yeah,
had when they
there's
stepped on it, and then
I
the fourth guy's like, I don't want to be that motherfucker. I am gonna
I
be like
snapped a
more
couple
careful.
I snapped a couple myself, and each time I turned around and Red was behind me, and I just looked at him and like hung
Dude,
my
same.
head like I was like, God damn it, and he was like, dude,
Same. I mean, especially for Red and I, or all the other, the platoon sergeants. Like we're moving up and down the column. It's like it's gonna happen.
yeah,
do as I say, not as I do. But like, yeah, and also as Red said, we have centuries of detritus that we're stepping on, like from the leaves and the sticks and the stones and the fucking trees and the twigs. Like, it's impossible to just have a clean shot of barren earth. But you have
Yeah,
to you have to pick your pick your battles. Like, don't
yeah.
step on the big fucker. Step on the little guy if you're gonna make noise. So,
But I
I'm
mean,
glad
yeah,
you
like the
brought
difference
up
between
Monday.
yeah,
Yeah,
the difference between people like basically like crunching on dead trees.
and at one point, I forget who it was, but they're like, I was watching you watch somebody else on patrol, and I couldn't tell if you were like doing it for an audience or if you were just like deeply saddened by how they were moving their feet. And the answer is I was deeply saddened by how they were moving their feet because they had, like 14 inches of clearance and they decided that 1 square inch would be compromised by a fucking twig and they went for it.
I mean, we had
While as on Sunday, not so much. They all got better.
yeah when we walked on the trail on was it Friday night?
Friday.
John and
Friday
I
night.
were like looking at each other like, how are these guys stepping on twigs? And we're on a trail. It was like we're like, what the fuck? But
Yeah.
it did get better. It got better, definitely going out, and that wasn't an easy ruck out on Sunday. So, like I have to say, Mike, that was a really good shout out to those guys for that improvement, but which is a good highlight.
Yes. 100%.
All right, Strasburger, what do you got, pal?
So I think I talked for Joe and I both here.
Oh yeah.
Where because we were laughing so hard, felt like we were high.
Mark,
So
can I set it up?
go ahead.
Okay. So the high for us was a literal high. We thought we were fucking stoned out of our gourd. But we were also having the time of our life thinking while we were, in formation for ambush or whatever, we were hunkered down for the night, the second run. This is Saturday night, and we're overhearing people confuse the challenge and password. So the challenge was acro, and the password was bat. So if you're like not sure you see a good guy or a bad guy, you would say acro. And the response should have been bat. And unfortunately, what happened was for the first trooper that got to utilize such exchange, they turned it into some diehard, yippee ki motherfucker kind of moment. So they just shouted acrobat and then lit them up like full auto, full tilt, full blast. And Strasburg and we could not stop from laughing hysterically.
I turned to Joe and I said, "That cabin guy must be so fucking
So
confused right now.
confused.
He just heard some GI yell a random word at him, and then he got his ass lit up."
And he didn't even have to tell me that. We were both thinking the same thing. It's like, what if somebody turned to you in the middle of combat and just shouted, "Gilly, you're
Library.
moisturizing Aveeno!" Brrr! Or fucking 5 subject notebook ruler. Brrr! Like we would go back and forth. Strassy, tell him.
Just different words. Like Joe was like, "Library," if we would just sit there fucking cackling, but like forcing ourselves to be quiet. It got to the point where I was taking my boonie off and shoving it in my mouth just to keep the noise down, and we're going back and forth, just pork chop sandwich, and then we would giggle, and
Just
it was
making up the
this.
most random collection of words that one could shout before greasing another human being,
Ball
and
bearing.
while also mindful that the captain is like maybe what 5 feet from us,
Yeah.
6 feet.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard you,
Dude,
idiots.
he's gonna fucking kill us. He's gonna fucking kill us. Like, we
So
can't do this anymore. So Strasburger's like, I got one more. And I'm like,
well,
just trying to
you were
compose
like,
myself.
yeah. I was like, you said, all right, that's enough. We'll hold it off and give it a couple minutes, and then we can come back to it if we're still giggling. And then I said, all right, I got one more. And you gave it maybe 30, 60 seconds, somewhere in there, to say, all right, you can give it to me. And finally I go, Toyota Thon. And we just lost.
It's not funny to anybody else except for the
No.
people that, were involved in it. But that goes to show, like, tracing back to World War II times, if the inside joke didn't happen in your hole, it might as well have like happened on the moon. It's so far removed that you don't get the inside joke, that you don't care. It's like it's hysterical to us. And when we finally hit the timeout, the evening ceasefire, we were just fucking belly aching because I felt like my eyes, I'm choking back the tears and the laughter. The back pressure. I felt like I looked like Rufio. And if you've ever seen Rufio, if you've ever seen Liam's, dog Rufio, or even Ace, like my eyes are bulging. I'm dying from laughter from trying to keep it in, like, just saying random shit, like like fucking A, like
No.
U.S. Speeder 2.0. Like just the most random fucking shit. It just if it didn't happen to you, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But to us, it was the most funny thing in the world. And at one point, our lines did get breached. We did get hit, and it felt so sick and sadistic that like
Oh
our
yeah.
boys, like fucking 10 yards away, were getting greased and lit up. And we're just like laughing like a couple of stoners. It was the funniest thing to us. That
So I
My
guess it
private over
doesn't
there.
consider. I guess you wouldn't consider that a funny story for everyone else then, because that was the
Well,
next
not
bit.
for everybody else, but for us, it was a high.
Yeah.
I
No, it
I'm
was,
gonna, I'm gonna say who it was. It was Will, and
Yes.
I was next to him, right next to him when this was happening, and I was snoring really loud, according to him. And I remember waking up to him shooting over me, and I was so confused. Because I was like awake, but not really awake, and I woke up to him yelling and then just him letting out a long like burst, and I woke up so confused
it was
as
a
to what
2 or
was
3 seconds
happening.
fucking zip. He he got him.
Yeah, at least he hit him.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
did.
Oh yeah,
Gramp,
no.
what's your high?
Oh yeah, no. To give credit where credit is due, that Pavin went down. All confusion aside, that dude went down. He was down.
Yeah, he did his job as a sentry.
Yeah.
I
Oh
was
yeah,
gonna
go
say,
ahead, Alex. What's yours?
my high was it's hard to narrow it down to one moment. I was just so satisfied with the way my squad performed. I think if I had to narrow it down, it would be on the Saturday night run. We went out as like a scouting party to kind of go look for the patrol that went out prior, and then to scout out the movement that we had been hearing. And it was just so cool, you know, doing sneaky peeky stuff with I think it was we had I'm gonna screw it up, or I'm gonna leave somebody out, but it was 4 guys that went out, and yeah, it's always fun to do sneaky stuff during any of these events, much less the grunt stuff. But yeah, I think that was a high. Just seeing the shadows moving in front of
yeah.
us, and knowing that we weren't observed was cool. It's cool. But yeah, the just seeing everybody improve throughout in the squad, seeing everybody bond in real time because none of us like we had a few people that we'd known prior, but had a lot of new faces, a lot of new people that had never seen each other before in their lives, and yeah, and it was cool to see. I can't say enough good things about those guys. So I hope to see every single one of them back next year. Um, but yeah, it was just can't say enough good things.
Yeah, I think that's like the underlying high for everybody involved in, especially in the planning, because even mine is related to that. I think it's just I could go, yeah, the baseball game, which is nice, was something that I really didn't have to do too much work for, and I got to enjoy. The Christmas party is something that Pollock and I planned with Strasburger's help, and it paid off. I think it was a success. But once we got out into the patrolling, and I say that every year, that's my funnest thing. Like that's my favorite thing is the actual patrolling and doing that. Uh, and it's usually the first patrol out. And this year, I don't think that was like my high. Usually it is, and I think it was the Saturday night patrol, going up that mountain, going up that hill, with Randy leading, and then we had to stop for a little bit, and then we got hit, and it was just went everything went like perfectly, that whole event. I have to say, like from the point of view from the producer, everything um during the patrolling portion, so that's the Friday to Sunday, was like hit to a T, with between um planning ahead and reworking the missions and the briefings that everyone gets, to Pollock helping me coordinate with the Pavin. So it's just one extra walkie-talkie on. So if I'm doing something and I'm busy, and I usually am, and he basically took on the role of like linking up with the MVA. So like I would check in and I'd be like, all right, I got to do something else, and he would continue checking in and he would get them. That paid dividends to syncing up a lot and making sure everybody was still doing what they're supposed to do. And like from the way I do it, I don't do like, and I don't have the event, which I think what makes us so successful, at least the tactical part, is like it's still random. It's not like I go, be here ready to die for all the GIs. I want you right here. It's very open ended, and it gives people a chance to use their own ideas, their own tactics. It's not a scripted thing. So like when we're checking in with like Mark, Mark Herman, it's like, all right, you guys on mission? Yeah, that's all it is. I don't know exactly what he's going to do. I give him a list of things. He can do them in certain orders. He can, even if he's 5 minutes late, it may alter when or where, or if at all, we cross them as the GIs, and vice versa. And everything that I had in my mind of like, all right, I want like this situation to happen, is probably the best way to explain it. It's situations that could arise, like they happened, and they happened like beyond expectation, if that makes sense. And that to me was my ultimate high for this event.
I think that Saturday patrol out to get to the Ron, that that definitely felt way better than the Friday. Friday felt like we were all right, we're going out, we're doing it. Saturday felt like everyone kind of tuned in, and it wasn't exactly the same amount of discipline with moving and everything like it was Sunday. But going out, it felt like, all right, we're getting to work.
Yeah,
Everyone knows
yeah,
what
yeah.
they're supposed to do at this point.
Yep.
Everyone's locking in. Everyone's figuring out what they're like. Everyone knows what to do now. We had our training on Wednesday or Thursday. We had our first patrol out, and everyone got their feedback. All right, now it's time to go to work. We're serious now.
Yeah, and like climbing up that hill, like the hillside, I just like, I squint my eyes and I see a chain of 30 guys in USGI uniforms. I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm in Vietnam. Just the between the heat and
Yeah,
that to me is like what for me is like why I'm doing this. That's what I'm trying to produce, that atmosphere. So that to me
And you had to
is
no, it wasn't you didn't hear him coming. You had to actually, oh, these guys actually took a knee down next to some cover. They know to get themselves a little more concealed now, and they knew what they're doing to a degree.
yep. And hopefully next year it improves. Like hopefully it's that much better.
Yeah, hopefully the same guys come back. Hopefully some of them go to Baekondo and really hone some of these skills.
Yep.
Hopefully we get new guys to Baekondo as well, and it's only up from here.
Hell yeah. All right, so let's go on to the next bit here, and that's the funny stories from the operation. I have one that I want to touch on. I was thinking about this, and I want you guys to think. So I'll start, and you guys think about any funny stories that came up during the event. I was going to reference the one that Strasburger and I had with the Porta Johns, but like that, whatever. The one I think was hilarious was when we were just calling everything Boudop. So we had like Boudop sandwiches, Boudop eggs, Boudop sauce, and someone's like, "Yo, what is this Boudop?" And it's like, you had to be there, man. Like, but it's just like
a perfect example of coming early and being part of the ground floor for the inside jokes. It's like that was a callback. That was a fucking deep cut, and most people got it.
Yeah, I just thought, but it was just funny because we were like, "Yo, man, Boudop, man," and and the guy's like, "Wait, what is this? What is like Boudop?" And we're like, "Oh, you don't know, you haven't been there." But I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, but just
Stop, man.
Yeah, Boudop. But yeah, that was just a funny story to me because it was like everyone was hearing it and they knew it was something, but like they weren't sure. And it was basically just putting
It was the Boudop beans. It was the
Boudop beans. It was basically anytime we put Tabasco sauce into something, it was Boudop.
Fucking bunions on your feet, like everything was Boudop.
Yep.
Everything that was
bunions, man.
Boudop beans. Yeah. What else? I mean, does anyone have any funny stories to recap on it, or?
I've got one.
Go ahead, Steve.
So if you were there, you know that there may have been a slight friendly fire incident, and Wilkie came up to me, and I have a huge respect for Wilkie. He's a great guy, and I know he could kind of like really get into the role, but I see him as kind of a stoic person. Like I've never interacted with him super deeply. So he comes up to me and he says, "All right, when Stramp gets here, I want you to go talk to him, and then I'm gonna lay into him." So, like, literally an hour goes by because, you know, we missed each other. We head back to a previous Ron site, whatever. And then we cross paths with them. So I have Wilkie's squad pull security. I tell Stramp to get his squad to pull security. And I'm like, "Hey, Stramp, like, come here, let's talk." I completely forgot that Wilkie wanted to lay into him until, like, Stramp and I are reconnecting. And I turn around and I see an angry bull charging towards us. And he just full on grab Stramp, starts screaming at him. And it took me a good 30 seconds to be like, "Oh wait, this was the bit." So it was pretty funny. And then we
a good 30 seconds. I had no fucking clue what was going on. All I see is Wilkie come out. It's like, what the hell did I? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was good.
Meanwhile, Pollack, you and I were talking, right?
So no, that was, you weren't there for the first bit. The second time, I told Liam and I told Stramp and Wilkie, I was like, "Hey, this would be hilarious to do in front of like the captain and the whole company." So I walked up and then you pulled me aside as they were starting to get into it, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta go, and then they exploded again. So it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was good. Very corny, but good.
I know when I said we're airborne, man. We don't start fights, we finish them. No, I can see the disappointment in your face, Liam.
Yes, the fight between Stramp and Wilkie was gold. Is when Pollock got involved, I was like, "Oh man!" It just got so white. The whole thing became white, and then
me and John were in the kitchen. We were like, "Boo!"
Yeah,
it was unclear to me as a bystander that may or may not have had like ringside ticket to it, but like when somebody participating in that kind of argument is like, "Hold on, I'll be right back," and then starts like shouting shit, I'm watching it like, "Oh, this is no longer real." Like, okay, yeah, it's good, funny, cool, but like,
Yeah, it was a good bit. It was a good bit.
moment where I'm watching it going, are they fucking attacking? Like, oh shit, this might be real. Like, this is genuine beef. Oh fuck. And then, oh yeah, no, that was a joke. Okay.
What about anybody else?
Yeah.
I got one.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Steve. You
I
go
I
first.
I always love putting on an act. It was I think it was whichever night we did the hot dogs. I don't remember who
Oh
said
yeah.
that I couldn't eat a hot dog in one bite. I had to prove them
yeah.
wrong. I had to prove them wrong 3 times.
3 times. No, 2 times. 2 times.
Then there was a third. I did 2 in the tent, and there was a private showing for Paulie and the captain.
Yes.
Yep.
There was a private viewing for that one.
Yeah,
So
it was
Well, I
ceremony.
hope you charged extra for that third one.
He did it backwards.
That was the private viewing was for them 2, the first one, and then the 2 other ones were for everyone. Everyone to view.
I did like the
And,
hot dog eating contest that basically arose. A few guys were like, yeah, I ate like 6 of them. Oh, I ate 7. And I was like, and then I started egging people on to finish them because I didn't want to throw them out and waste them. I was like, yo, dude, this guy ate 7. Tie his record. I think I got you with that, Randy.
You may have.
You gave Randy a booed up dog, I think, and you said that would put him on the same level.
Yeah, put hair on his chest.
And Randy rendered at least one of those one bite hot dogs with a salute.
Yes, he did.
Oh yeah, can never forget that.
At least one.
Never forget the salute.
Yes, he did.
I don't. Somebody got it on video. I think it was Cassidy, but if it's not, whoever has it, please send it my way.
I've got it, and it's in the drive. Don't worry. Look on the
It's in
Facebook
the
group.
drive. Perfect. I'll take a look.
All right. I'm going to skip the survey reference, and we'll do that for the September podcast. So I'm going to skip down to.
I got a funny story.
Oh, you got a funny story? Go ahead, Strassi.
So it was on the Friday patrol. We patrolled out. You gave 2-1 the distinct honor of setting up the ambush. So we're setting up the ambush. I'm telling everyone to get low. Because we're so spread out, I give Randy and I the only 2 eyes for the ambush to set off, because I wasn't sure if they were to come down the trail or outside of the trail, like off the trail, off to the side. So I set up everyone to stay hidden, and apparently one of the troopers didn't get the memo that staying hidden includes sound. So after I get everyone down, I go up and down the line. The rest of the company passes us. The Pavin are starting to make their way towards us, and I hear to my left this blood-curdling sound. It was a candy wrapper being unwrapped by one of the troopers in the squad, and I look over, and I'm trying to signal to him to put it the fuck away, and I'm trying to stay quiet, trying to make sure that I don't get louder than the candy wrapper. And finally, after like 30 gut-wrenching seconds, Dent turns around and is like, "What the fuck are you doing, man? Put that thing away." So he he finally puts it away. The Pavin luckily didn't hear it. We spring the trap. They went after Van Ness down the hill, so I think we scared the crap out of them when I think Randy opened fire, and they screwed off. We chased them for like 30 yards, and then I threw down an LOA to make sure we didn't like overextend into them. And then I find the trooper, and I get up to him, and I'm like, "Trooper, what the fuck was that?" And he's like, "Oh, it was a candy wrapper, Sergeant." And I'm like, "Why the fuck are you opening a candy wrapper while we're setting up an ambush?" And he's like, "Oh, I didn't know it was an ambush." So I'm explaining to him, when I tell you to get hidden. That means sound too. Don't open a fucking candy wrapper when we're setting up an ambush. I get back to Randy and I explain what happened, and he goes, "So, what kind of candy wrapper or what kind of candy bar was it?" And I go, "I don't know, a fucking loud one." And then we both started giggling. Him and I were giggling for a good minute or two.
What kind of candy bar was it?
I have no idea.
I deduced it down to a crunch bar.
Ooh.
I could hear it crunching, so that makes
Yeah,
sense.
no, it was audible. It was
Jesus.
audible.
These are
That's why
fucking
they got to do
movies.
the lollipops, man. That lollipop pouch, I was offering them out to everyone.
Every time I took one from you, that's when we hit contact, like shortly after. And I feel bad for littering, but I just grabbed it out of, I mean, it's a little bit of sugar and cardboard, so it's not too bad. But every time you handed me one, we took contact, and I had to take that thing and fucking throw it off into the woods somewhere.
Eh. Woodland critters will enjoy it.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so you want to move on? We'll go. Next bit is did become correct. So yeah, we're skipping the survey. We'll go to did become correct. Going down the list, the facial hair, yeah, everyone was good. I think that there's no denying it. I think we kind of established that, yeah, you need to shave for our events. Done. Haircuts, even haircuts were good.
I like seeing the I Shave for BAE t-shirts around the base. I saw one or two guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Was the base correct? I would give it I don't know, 7 out of 10.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
7 out of 10. The Pavin camp, I would say the same. It was more function than correct. But well, I mean, Steve, what we saw there wasn't much like clutter or like crap that was modern or anything. So
Not at all. They
maybe
even
a little
had
higher.
pictures. Like I think they were solid.
Yeah, maybe a higher.
The
Maybe
number of guys.
8.5. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah. Were the GIs, the US GIs correct? Aside from a few of the guys with the E2, XM E2s, I would say, yeah, we came correct with that. I would say, yeah, the GIs came correct. The Pavin, I believe they were like 90% correct. I think one guy had a 74 and a K74 that needs to get swapped out.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I think they were pretty good. The vehicles that came, they were correct. It was Darius's mutt with all the radios, which was really cool, and then the mule doing his thing. It's a motor with a flatbed on it. So how if it's not that, then it's not correct. So it's not much else to say. So yeah, going through that real quickly, did we come correct? Yeah, I would say more so than not. Have we been more correct in previous years? Probably. I would say maybe the most correct we've ever been. Would you guys say it was Junction City 2 at our height? That's our height of coming correct?
I think it was pretty good.
Or Dragon's Back, maybe? So
overall, Dragon's Back felt pretty good too.
Yeah. So next year I think we tighten up. We tie that back with the discipline. Then we'll be improved on that. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Steve. Sorry.
No, Sam, I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go through next bit. We have so next year. Kind of like this. So last year we talked about like Operation Groove in 2025, right? And I would say I got mixed feelings on that, and we'll talk about that more at the end of the year podcast of the Come Correctmas holiday special podcast. But the plan for next year is it's 10 years of BAE, so it's from 2017 to 2026. So 2026 being our 10th year of operation, and part of that project, other than just marketing the shit out of it, is we're in the middle of revamping the staff structure. I think it needed a little bit of a refresher, So a lot of the guys that either moved on and don't do it anymore, we're just gonna, they've already like left themselves. They're out, and we got some new blood in there. So that's happening as we're talking about this. Um, Plan is to keep doing what we've been doing good, which was the plan last year. So why not keep on going with that? Advertising more like we have. I still think we need to like dig down deep and go back to like spamming airsoft groups for next year. So that's something we just we gotta do. Um, Keep building on to like keep doing what we're doing good is more contest. I thought the power base sweepstakes was incredibly successful, and it was pretty fun. So I definitely going to do it again. But just doing more things that get engagement. I think we're gonna do name the fire base next year, and this is just an idea that I had. And I'll talk about it more, but I think next year we'll do more of a fire support base versus like one of the major installations. It's just we're just thinking out loud, but I was like, yeah, we can just do like a contest to name the fire support base for the event next year, stuff like that. New content for the YouTube channel, which Steve and I are working on. We have the sitcom in the works that is going to be filmed this fall into the winter, so it'll be hopefully released during 2026, like February 2026, and going back to doing modern and/or one-day events, which is something I'm going to try to squeeze in one by the end of the year. I don't know where yet, but I think the masses have been yearning for a modern Bay event, which they were always fun. I don't think we really had no reason not to do them. So I know like Strasburger was talking about it. Polak is kind of ready to do something. So yeah, we'll do some kind of modern event. I don't know what it'll be, but we got to find a place to do it, and we'll get it going. But that's really the 10 years of Bay planned for 2026. Not to mention celebrating 10 years of us doing all this nonsense. Um, it's technically not our 10th big event. It would be our 9th big event because we started the year before. We did modern events to kind of test the waters and build up a reputation before we did the big event. So we'll actually have 2 years in a row of celebrating 10-year feats, which is kind of cool. Next year, and we'll touch on this all year. I think that like I love that guys were already selling this at Greene Lightning, but Bay Condo, which is going to be combining what we teach at FIT and FTX, and then also expanding that. So guys who have been going to FIT all these years, they're getting the next evolution of what we would be wanting to teach, as well as new guys are getting everything in a crash course. And it's basically everything you need to know for these events. So a lot of things that we've talked about during this podcast is going to be covered at FIT, or I'm sorry, at Bay Condo. If you don't know what Bay Condo is, it's a play on words from Recondo, which Recondo was the reconnaissance and long range recon patrolling school in Vietnam, and then it became after Vietnam they took it stateside, and it was taught at West Point for a while. So that's like our thing. We're just doing Bay Condo. It's a lot of our marketing or branding is just adding Bay to words.
Could it be the graduate school following FIT?
Yes. But the idea I have behind that, like I said, we'll talk about it more in future episodes on the podcast. But a lot of guys are experts on certain things. So even like guys who would be cadre, they'll be an instructor for their material that they're an expert on, and then the rest of the time they would be technically a student. So we hopefully have a big class. So like a good example is Polak, who's been to several fits, and he's pretty squared away. Let's say he teaches the rifling course, so he's going to be a trainee for the rest of the Bay Condo, and then for the rifling part he'll be cadre, and then he'll go back to being a trainee. That's the idea behind it. So everyone has like some input, but also learning at the same time. And then that might just be a first year thing, and then next year we change it up to how we do that way. But for this year, I think that's the way to go, or for 2026 rather. So moving on to the next event after that would hopefully we have more events, but the next event that we have established already is the Mike Force event, which we're going to do Com Duck. And the plan for that is to build a small camp similar to what we did for Ben Het, maybe a little smaller. And we were going to have the regular Sigi Force plus whatever Arvin contingent wants to return from this year. I thought the mobile guerrilla force event with the Arvin was pretty successful, so let's reward ourselves and them with building up that event. So it's funny how we talked about, we spent like 2 hours talking about how we need people to help out setting tents. We just added an event that has more tents being set up, but we'll figure it out as we go.
Have a crashing C-130 for Com Duck?
Yes. It's full of
Awesome.
Civilians.
Sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of civilian reenactors for that one.
Yeah. So then the big event, Mini Tet, which is taking place basically the same timeline that Operation Greene took place. It's the May Offensive, so it's May 1968, which was the bloodiest month of the Vietnam War, and we're going back to that. So the 173rd will be in the same province and area that we were in for Greene Lightning, just 3 years earlier, during the May Offensive. And that was where I was thinking about, do we have ourselves stationed at a fire support base instead of like LZ English? I don't know yet. I think we'll let it evolve a little bit and see how it goes. But that's, it's funny, like Strasburger had to talk me off the ledge a little bit, and everyone's like, yeah, like Liam's like being a little bitch, but we all know he's like already planning next year's events, which is true. So I guess if anyone heard that I'm fucking done, I'm already planning next year's events. So I guess I'm a chump. I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
So,
you're a liar, you cheater, and you're a fraud.
yeah. So that's really it for the big podcast. I know the Broken Arrow stuff in the works.
Yep.
We're gonna play a clip to finish out this podcast.
Yep.
Do you want to introduce it and then we'll do a send off?
We could do the send off and then we'll play the clip to end.
All right. Well, that's what I'm saying. All right. So how is this on your send off? You be the last one to do the send off, and you will roll in the clip. How's that?
Gotcha.
All right. So does anyone have a Randy? You want to say something funny for the send off?
Me on the spot here.
Yep.
I don't have any.
All right, you're fired. Strasburger, go.
Oh man.
See you fellas at Bay Condo, and we'll see you fellas at the big one after you get yourselves ready for the big one at Bay Condo.
I like it. Thanks for listening, guys.
Subscribe.
Go ahead, Joe. Do the intro. It doesn't sound good.
All right, take a listen to this from the Broken Arrows. Thank you all so much for listening to the podcast. Enjoy some music on the way out, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yay.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime in jingle bells time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bells. feet. Jingle around the clock. Make a Santa mingle in a jingling beat. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chiming, jingle bells time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. Make a Santa mingle in a jingling beat. That's the Jingle Bell. That's the Jingle Bell. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. I know. All right.
Mike, did I get you?
When's the gig?
Did you want one? Did I get you? Banquet, right?
Hey, I'm looking at my list here, and I'm seeing some names we might have to check off.